Hello and welcome to the Anna L. Brothers show and podcast, Sweet Blessings. I'm on a little early. I have a meeting today, so I'm coming on. And I'm kind of going to talk to you a little bit about 10 eating changes you should make when you turn 50. You really don't have to be 50. These are some information and techniques that you can start in your early 20s, in your teens, in your 30s, your 40s, any of these things, but it's specifically very important as you reach the age of 50 to kind of look at your eating habits because they do kind of change your metabolism changes, and so therefore you need to do things maybe a little differently. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Anna. I am a retired school teacher. I am a educational consultant. I'm a jewelry consultant. I'm a health coach as well as a proud owner of Sweet Listings Desserts for all occasions. So as you can see, I multitask quite a bit. The purpose of this podcast is basically to inspire, to encourage, and to empower you to live a better and a healthier lifestyle. And so I come to you every Wednesday to bring you information, knowledge, guest speakers that can inspire you to maybe motivate or change your lifestyle. So I'm in a different environment today. I thought I'd try something different. Um, since I had that, I call myself pre-recording, but as you know, I don't. It seems like I don't know how to pre-record this thing. So before we get started, we are going to have a slight commercial. So hold on, let me get it going.
The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today on Amazon.com by simply searching the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy from Amazon today.
Well, that is from CTR Media Network. I am a proud member of that network, servicing over 350 million people. Also, I wanted to come and talk to you a little bit about subscribing to my channels. If you see something that you like, by all means, would you please subscribe to my channel? I don't really want to come on here and beg, uh, but it would help if you would subscribe to my channel. You can also support me. You can support me on Facebook by sending me stars. Stars help me earn money to make, really and truly more content to make it a little more fun for you, as well as a little more economical for me as well. You can also support me by going to this is my website, so you go to my website and there you can book me as a guest. You can also book or schedule yourself on my podcast as well. It's free to come on. I just ask for people to give a slight donation. Whatever you feel in your heart is worth it. Uh, on my podcast. Mine is just knowledge based, trying to get the word out And really and truly, I'm going to be honest with you, it's really about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And so, as we go through life, most of the time we don't hear about those ordinary people. And I just want to say that this CTR Media Network is all about that. And that's why I am so grateful to be a part of it, because I believe when you look at the news, that's all you see is negative things. But there are a lot of positive things out there. And so that is my uh, job, or my, I guess, opportunity is to share that with you, and not just with you, but also with the whole family. It's about, my podcast is about the whole family, and getting into children as well, because you want to start with the child. You know that the children are the basis for basically everything, and we just want to make this world a better place for them. So today I'm going to talk about 10 eating changes you should make when you turn 50. I don't think that I showed, this is my YouTube channel. So I just want to make sure that I show you my YouTube channel before I get into my podcast. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started. So once you reach about 50, it can be important to make changes to your diet and lifestyle that helps you get the nutrients you need for later in life. As our bodies change from time, so should what's on your plate. And while you may have been able to scarf down a donut or two in your 20s without second thoughts, it can have a larger impact on your blood sugar level and risk for diabetes and heart disease when you get older. Plus, if you are diagnosed with any health conditions that cause for a change in eating habits, you need to adapt in order to manage and improve symptoms. So even if you aren't told by your physician to change your diet, it's smart to make some changes on your own once you reach your 50s. And so today I'm going to give you 10 healthy eating habits to follow at this age point. Okay. So the first one is eat more complex grains. Okay. So you want to swap refined breads and pastas for complex carbohydrates and grains like brown rice, uh, amaranth, buckwheat, and oats. I think this is Kion. I always get that word wrong. Grains like these will help you keep you full, and the fiber also helps to keep you regular. Now, I love brown rice. You know, some of these things might be, you might not like. This I can't even think of how to pronounce this word. It's on the tip of my tongue now, y'all. I apologize for that. But I'm not really fond of that. The buckwheat I love. I love buckwheat. It's very, very bland, but you can season it and make it really. I mean, almost everybody loves oats because you have rolled oats, you know, oatmeal and stuff like that. And you can make so many dishes and stuff from the um, oatmeal. The second thing is you want to start enjoying fish. As you get older, you might be more susceptible to chronic diseases like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and dementia, and more. However, you can help lower inflammation in the body by getting omega 3 fatty acids, good fats that are found in fish. Aim to eat fish 2 to 3 times a week, or to get the benefit, try these 20-minute fish and seafood dinners. You can also find omega 3 fatty acids in walnuts, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and a few other plant-based resources. So I try to eat fish, and then if you eat a lot of fish or eat fish like based on what they say here, it brings down and you lose weight, brings down your calories and you lose weight. But what I have started doing in my diet is adding smoothies because I'm not really a breakfast eater. So I have been adding smoothies, and in my smoothies, I will have hemp seeds and chia seeds and flax seed, and that's just to kind of give me that, to give me that fiber that we all need. Because I hate to say it, y'all, but I am over 50, so therefore, these are some tips that I think that I need to try as well. So the third thing is you want to keep your sodium low. So if you don't know what sodium is salt. So you want to keep that very, very low. High sodium intakes can raise risk of heart disease and hypertension. So you'll want to keep levels low in the day. Sodium levels go down at 50, from 2,300 milligrams to 1,500 milligrams a day. A good trick: don't use that salt shaker when cooking and go for fresh herbs instead, which add flavor without bloating effect or risk. Rinsing canned foods also helps lower sodium. I try to not eat canned foods. You just can't get around some of it. But basically, I try to eat either fresh or frozen or organic as much as I possibly can. And then number four is eat high protein food. While getting protein is important at age any, the requirements are higher for adults in their 60s and up, as their muscles need that extra boost for strength and repair after activities, and can't use protein to build muscles as efficiently as they would earlier in life. Even if you're not quite 60, protein rich food can help you stay full. So it's not a bad idea to be in the habit of eating a little more and go for lean choices like steak, fish, chicken breast, and turkey. And fill up on plant based options like tofu, lentil, and quick, I'm gonna get this word before it's over. Quana, it's Quan, Keon, Q. Okay, I'm not gonna fret over it. It's just I cannot get it out. Just it's like the word statistics. I have problems with that one too. Just today, I'm not having any problem with that one. You know how you get tripped up on a word. Well, that's basically what happens with me. Kino, girl, I love you. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Oh my God, thank you. Here's what Francine says, keynote. Thank you, because it was on like the tip of my tongue, and I just could not get it out. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for that tip. You are helpful to me on all levels. I'm not gonna even lie, because you see I need help, right? I really do need help. All right, we're gonna go ahead on and look at the fourth thing. I also wanted to talk about the protein because you know what? When I was doing the health coach, I had the health coach. What I found out about myself was I was lacking in protein. I could not believe it. That after, when you take a closer look at what you're eating, it was saying that I was not eating enough protein. And I was just like, I was in awe with that, but it is what it is. So I started uh, increasing my protein, um, intake. So to help out, because lack of protein whew, can really offset you. Number 5 is get cooking. Make cooking out a fun occasion. Treat and stay in to cook at home for most days of the week. By having control over your cooking techniques and recipe ingredients, you can ensure the meals are healthier and nutrient dense, and you can avoid any excess sugar, salt, and oils that often go into restaurant meals. And you want to eat, number 6 is you want to eat high calcium foods, because as you age, your bone density lowers. So you need calcium rich food to build bone density, to lower risks of osteoporosis, prevents fracture and injury, and keep bones strong and stable. For women, calcium needs jump at 51 from 1,000 milligrams a day to 1,200 milligrams. And you can also look to the Mediterranean diet, which might lower risk of osteoporosis as well. It's packed with fish, veggies, some cheese, and grains, and it is lower in processed high sugar foods. Great calcium source are, milk, cheese, Greek yogurt, fortified non-dairy milk, and eggs and leafy greens. Now the next one is my hard one. Ditch soda. I have a hard time ditching that soda. I love Pepsi, but it says say goodbye to soda and sugary drinks, and hello to water and unsweetened tea, both which are hydrating without the sugar crash. If you need to start slow, swap one sugary drink for water each day, working your way up to cutting sweet beverages out completely, and keep a water bottle on hand to refill every hour or so. This one is a hard one for me. I had got up to 64 ounces of water a day. And, it just doesn't take too much to throw you off. And so now I'm just barely doing 3, 16-ounce bottles, which is 32. But when you drink that water, it kind of fills you up and you're not as hungry. You're not doing all that craving and, picking up just eating anything. And I did that one because I said I was going to drink my 64 ounces of water before I delved into my pops. And when I did that, I was okay. I only had maybe one pop. Sometimes I didn't even have a pop at all. And I need to get back into that. Sometimes you can have good habits and you kind of get out of those good habits. So hopefully I'll be able to get back into it. It doesn't take much to really take you away from what you really have in mind. The number 8 is eat the rainbow. Look for bright colors to fill your plate, as that means you're getting lots of produce such as veggies and fruits that are good for your body as you get older. Load your plate with greens, oranges, reds, purples, and yellows, especially as these have antioxidants to fight aging. Think berries, sweet potatoes, leafy greens, broccoli, bell peppers, melon, eggplants, beets, and squash. Eat. Number 9 is eat when you are hungry. While you don't want to eat mindlessly every hour or take in large portions for each meal, you should pay attention to hunger clues and eat when you're hungry. This not only nourishes your body, but it can help keep your metabolism up. Try these foods, which also help boost the metabolism. The metallic burns slowly, naturally in time. So once you're in your 50s, you burn fewer calories at rest than you did when younger. So you want to keep your metabolism running all day long by fueling it with every 3 hours or so hours, nourishing it on a snack when you need it. Okay. And then the 10th thing is, you want to go for whole foods. In general, you want to aim to eat more foods which are fresh or frozen, such as fruits and vegetables, lean protein, fish, and whole grains, um, to stay in optimal health. To keep convenience, look for minimally processed whole foods such as canned beans and yogurts. Processed foods are very high in sodium and excess calories, so you want to kind of keep the intake of those on the low profile. Now, I'm going to give you a few, and this is according to AARP. I believe that first one is based upon the National Institute of Health, and I always try to provide more than one resource when I'm doing my research. And this one, the next one is kind of put out by AARP, and it talks about the 8 superfoods to really eat after 50. So it's saying whether you've been a healthy eater your whole life or lately fallen off on the nutritional wagon. Hello. It's important to take a hard look at your diet after age 50. Around that point, experts says it pays to be choosy about your foods and make sure you're getting enough nutritional bang for your buck. Our needs for energy decline starting in middle age, says Christine Rosenblum. She's a registered dietitian and nutritionist professor at Georgia State University. And she's also the co-author of Food and Fitness Over 50. There's less room for drinking a pitcher of margaritas and having a basket of chips unless you want to start seeing that weight creep, and nobody wants that. Beyond adapting to the potentially slower metabolism, you also want to compensate for things like bone weakening or tendency to have bone weakenings, bowel functions to slow, and muscle mass to decline, and around 1% a year until age 65, after which the loss can double. In general, older adults need to make sure they're getting lots of fruits and vegetables. They should be eating lean meat if they eat meat. But they can also eat chicken or fish and avoiding saturated fats and sugars. A good diet can help keep your blood pressure under control, decrease the risk of heart problems, and contribute to the prevention of things like diabetes and cancer. To build your healthy diet, remember that foods work together in concert. That's what Joseph Gondelez says. He's a registered dietitian at the Mayo Clinic. And he says you need a whole symphony for a spectacular musical piece. But if you add these 8 foods to your own orchestra, you're well on your way to a healthier tune. All right, we're going to stop here for another commercial, and then I will be back to give you those 8 foods.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Hello, so I am back, and we're going to talk about the 8 foods that you should have in your diet as well. Hello, Latricia. How are you? Just want to say hello before I get into those things. Okay, so we have berries. The first one is berries. Berries provide one-stop nutrition for the over 50 crowd because they're high in fiber, vitamin C, and anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, flavonoids. Fiber helps keep us regular, manage our weight, and protect against diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Men 51 or older should eat 30 grams a day, and women 50 years of older should eat 21 grams a day. Berries are also appear to be good for our aging brains. Berries contain potent antioxidants that may improve motor skills and short-term memory. That's why they are a key part of the MIND diet, which focuses on food that fights neurodegenerative delay. Other brain healthy foods from this brain healthy diets includes vegetables, beans, whole grains, nuts, seafood, and poultry. A Turf University study from 2020 looked at 20 years of eating by 2,800 people aged 50 or older and found that those who had a low intake of flavonoid-rich foods like berries, apples, and teas were 2 to 4 times more likely to develop dementia. Berries have other benefits. A 2022 British study out of King's College London found that consuming 100 grams, about a cup of fresh cranberries a day, helps prevent cardiovascular disease. Another study this year, this one out of the University of California, Davis found that eating a small number of dry goji berries may help delay or prevent macular degeneration. Now, there was a professor named Alice Bajor. She was associate professor of medicine at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and Division of Geriatrics Medicine and gerontology. Singles out the wild berry, usually sold in the frozen food section. They have 3 or 4 times antioxidants of conventional blueberries, and add them to your oatmeals and smoothies. Number 2, now that was all berries. That was a lot, wasn't it? That was a lot for berries. Dark green leafy vegetables, which most of us, I know in the black community, eat. We in Greeks they eat a lot of greens as well. As we get older, our bones become softer, and they need calcium. That's something you can get from low-fat dairy and dark green leafy vegetables. We're talking kale, arugula, broccoli, and spinach, which are also high in fiber, appear to boost muscle functions, and are heart healthier. Now, an Australian study published in March of 2021 in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who ate just 1 cup of nitrate rich leafy green vegetables every day had 11% lower limbs, had 11% stronger lower limbs. And another study from Denmark looked at 50,000 people over a 23-year period and found that those who ate those veggies had a 12 to 26% lower risk of heart disease. And still, a third study published this year in the Journal of Neurology found that those with the high levels of antioxidant found in green leafy vegetables may be less likely to develop dementia. And so, this is a very important subject to me because, my mother was diagnosed with dementia. And you always want to know what things can you do to prevent it. I don't know if you can prevent it or, you know, I know she ate greens, but you just never know why, but you're always wondering. And so I try to do, research and stuff to kind of shed light for other people because, like I said, when even though she was diagnosed with dementia, I didn't know anything about it, and so it was a what you don't know, you don't understand is all that I can say about it. The third thing to eat is seafood. So fish such as salmon, cod, tuna, and trout are a lean source of protein, which older people need to maintain or retain muscle. Bernard from the National Institute of Health recommends shooting for 5 to 6 ounces of protein each day, whether it's seafood, poultry, nuts, seeds, soy products, or lean meat. We have studies to suggest that older adults need to be more sensitive to protein intake because their bodies are not as efficient at using protein as middle-aged folks. Fish is also a good source of vitamin B12, a nutrient found only in animal food that we have a harder time absorbing as we age. Seafood also has omega-3 fatty acids. 2 to 3 servings a week reduces the risk of death for the bulk of chronic diseases. About 7. For more items, ideas on healthy protein, and for other smart options for people of middle or beyond, check out AARP 2022 book, The Whole Body Reset by Stephanie Perrine. Number 4 is nuts and seeds. All nuts are not created equal, but all are good for you. They have protein and fiber, and they can make you feel full. Just don't be greedy. Eat just a handful as an afternoon snack, and you won't be starving at dinner time. The daily recommendations of 1 ounce equals 24 almonds, 18 cashews, 35 peanuts, and 15 pecan halves. Nuts and seeds are also important sources of healthy fats. Walnuts, flax meal, and chia seeds all contain ALA omega 3 fats, which are converted to EPA and DHA omega 3 fatty acids. So, regular intakes of omega 3 fats will help protect your brain in particular. And we all want to protect our brain. And then in 2021, a study out of the University of Michigan painted a stark picture saying that consuming a hot dog could cost you 36 minutes of healthy life, while eating a serving of nuts instead will give you an extra 26 minutes. Isn't that interesting? That is really, really interesting. And number 5 is cottage cheese. And I'm a fan. I love cottage cheese. I grew up on cottage cheese with cottage cheese and peaches and cottage cheese and blueberries. You know, I would mix the fruit um, in it as well. So, and really and truly, so it provides you with lots of nutrients. So it can be time to give those little high calcium curds a permanent place on the weekly menu. Cottage cheese is a great source of whey protein, which helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis. So after a workout, they often have an athlete often will have a shake based on whey protein. And that protein, they have it in all these. They have it in vanilla and they also have it in chocolate. I make some of my smoothies out of that. But instead of doing that, you can also eat uh, cottage cheese. It is also high in calcium and vitamin D. Our bones are like a bank, and after age 35, we start to lose bone density. Alan says so adding calcium and vitamin D to our diet is essential for maintenance. What else keeps bones healthy? Phosphorus found in nuts, legumes, cereal and grains, and magnesium in nuts, seeds, legumes, and dark green vegetables. And a study out of Penn State University this year added prunes to that list, saying they appear to help prevent and protect from bone loss in menopausal women. That's interesting. Number 6 is beans and legumes. Why? Supper. Beans help reduce cholesterol. They're loaded with fiber and protein and they're low in calories. They're also rich in iron, potassium, and magnesium. Look for dry beans or low sodium canned versions. If you can't find either, then what you want to do is you want to drain and rinse a can of regular beans, and you can reduce the sodium by 41%. And oh, and don't forget about the goes goes garbanzo beans because they're great for making hummus, you know. And the next one is water. And even though water is not a food, but you need to pay more attention to hydration. And this is what I said about myself. I had got out of drinking my 64 ounces of water and I need to get back into it. And so all it takes is a little willpower and determination. So as we get older, we don't have as good as a thirst mechanism. And we keep an eye on your water. You want to keep an eye on your water intake, especially when it's hot and humid and you're sweating. Say while outside gardening, taking in extra water can help counteract the effects of bowel functions declining with age. And remember that often we think we're hungry when we're actually just thirsty. And then number 8 is what I love. I love number 8. Number 8 is avocados. They just taste good. They don't just taste good, they're good for you. So, a 30-year Harvard study of more than 110,000 people, published in the Journal of the American Heart Association, found that those who ate at least 2 servings of avocado a week had a low risk of cardiovascular disease than those who seldom ate them. Now, avocado is bland and it will take on whatever flavoring you add to it, but it is a delicious. I use it all kinds of ways, slice in salads. It's just, I love avocado. Now, before I leave you, I wanted to tell you there are some things that you can, they're called diet boosters, that you could use as well in your daily life. So let's go over a few of those, and then I am going to bid you adieu. So you want to add a dash of one of these for a little more nutritional kick. And the first one is herbs and spices. So as we age, changes in our taste buds can have us reaching more for the salt shaker. Resist. Instead, turn to herbs and spices for flavor. Ounce per ounce, the largest amount of antioxidants are contained in herbs and spices. Spices like turmeric, ginger, garlic, cinnamon, oregano, and parsley really do have nutritional values. And so this is the time of the season where I really love it because I like to garden and I always have an herb garden. And I'm really into the herbs. Even as the season goes by, I dry them out and crush them up and I give them away to, my friends. So I believe in herbs. And I think last year I had two. I had one outside and I also had one on the inside of my house on my counter where you can grow it with ultraviolet light. Oh, it was just where I could just pinch off lettuce leaves, for my salad. So the next diet boost is seaweed. Now, seaweed detoxifies some of the pesticides, chemical, heavy metals, and pathogens we've been exposed to during our lives. One seaweed she recommends called Dulse is sold on Amazon and in the Asian section of many grocery stores. Sprinkle the flakes on your food or add the power form to your smoothies. Lemon or lime. One easy way to get calcium in your diet is to squeeze half a lemon, lime, or orange into your water. You'll also get electrolytes, sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, all the minerals your body needs. B12, calcium, and vitamin D. Experts agree on a food first approach. So you generally want to try to get your nutrients from your whole body before you turn to supplements. I always say nature knows best, but because many of those over 50 fall short on B12 in particular, the National Institute of Health recommends that anyone over the age take a B12 supplement. The TERF food pyramid for older adults also suggests asking your doctor about adding calcium and vitamin D. Take a daily multivitamin that is formulated for someone over 50 and is USP verified, tested by the nonprofit United States Pharmacopoeia. Allison Gwynn is a contributing writer, health reporter, and a longtime editor at such publications as the New York Times, the Oprah Magazine, Women's Health and Style, and Entertainment Weekly. This article that I'm taking most of my information from comes has was published in June 3rd of 2021 and it has been updated to include new information. So I'm hoping that this, in some kind of way, inspired you, encouraged you, or empowered you to live a healthier lifestyle. And it's never too late to start to get your life healthier. I just want to remind you a few things. We have some upcoming events. I could not pull up my flyer on upcoming events, but on May 6th, the CTR Media Network will be holding a live recording. It is in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you're in that area, I believe there's, if I'm not mistaken, it might only be about 5 tickets left for that event. So I was not able to attend, but I am going to participate in the swag bag presentation. So if you get a chance, check out CTI Media Network. It is over more than 30 podcasters, and we all have a story to tell. So if you have a story that you would like for the world to know about, by all means, reach out to me. You can reach out to me at my um, website, but you can also reach out to me at my email. This is my email. And before I leave, I want to remind you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is my handle for that. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you this evening or afternoon with my 3 L's, which is live, laugh, and love. So you want to live your life to the fullest. Do things that make you happy, okay? And you will be fulfilled in life. Life is short for you to go around and be feeling sad. The second thing is to laugh. Just remember to laugh. That's all I can do is laugh. Because I make so many I do so many crazy things, but just remember to have fun and laugh, and don't forget to laugh about yourself. And then the third thing is to love. Try to love everyone. You know, the Bible says you should love everyone. I know it's hard. We all know it's hard because we're human. You know what I'm saying? But try. You can love someone. I always tell people, my grandmother always told me you can love someone with a long wooden spoon from far, far away. And then the other thing is don't forget to love yourself, because that's the most important thing. Self care is very, very important. So, I guess I am going to get the hang of this eventually. Pre recording. This was supposed to be pre recorded, y'all. It was supposed to be pre-recorded and come on at 7:30, but if it came on, it might come back on at 7:30. I don't know. You know, I'm still learning on doing what I have to. I'm still learning this, but I want to thank you again for showing up, and I am going to bid you a farewell.